First up, the Boss from the United States of America. They are the SCI, IBF, and WBO champ. Coming off a very close, controversial win, let's see if they can be more definitive in this one. And they'll be facing Unbreakable from Northern Ireland. The last time we saw them in action, suffered a very close loss. Let's see if their fortunes turn around.
This bout is scheduled for 12.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got a... Here we go for round one. How did he absorb that hook? That jab misses. Everybody's got their eye on the champion. You have to defend that belt. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. That right uppercut misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he just missed with that left jab. This is a historical moment. Not many boxers get to 50 fights. An absolute warrior. A straight right just misses. That counter punch caught him clean. Was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Fighter loves throwing straight power shots. Their opponent has got to get that head off the center line. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Can't land the jab there. And shoot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
On to the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. They're entering the twilight years of their career now. How many fights do they have left in them? One punch could change everything in this battle. A perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. No rest for the weary. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter, one of the top 5 in the world, no doubt about it. The straight right just misses. Both men step back for just a moment. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got...
And there's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And that changes everything. And down they go. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
A shot from the gods took him out. One, two, three, four. Are you okay?
Got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
He's got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's not forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. He threw a punch and just got countered. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Back into the fray here in round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Can't find a home for that jab. How about that time counter shot? One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Oh, and that changes everything. And down they go. Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five, six. You still want to fight?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
The straight right just misses. Punch. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. What What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then give it back the next round.
This is the beginning of round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Nope, that jab not going to score. Beautiful counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Nice counter shot. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. And he scored a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Here we go. It's round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Just missed with that jab. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Jab slightly off target. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? He needs to be careful not to punch him. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, this This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring up.
And there's the bell for round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? A perfect counter lands. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Incredible work rate. Nice counter. Tried to score with a jab. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that left hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. These two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
And there's the bell for round 9. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Beautiful counter punch. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Straight right just misses. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
This is the 10th.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer, I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear.
Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Stamina is off the charts. It's all offense all the time. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Start 11. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. That jab misses. You'd like to see more jabs. Stamina is off the charts. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
Who thought we would have made it to 12? They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Straight right just misses. They miss with the jab. The straight right just misses. Fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab but does not score. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, but what a result.
Ladies and gentlemen,
pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side, pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time, we already on the way. Better get themselves in line. Thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to